When you're packing up the cooler headed to the park, you soon might be able to take full-strength beer and wine with you. Denver Parks and Rec is considering changes to its decade-old rules, but there are a lot of viewpoints on this issue. Denver 7's Megan Lopez goes 360 on bringing full-strength beer to Denver Parks.
It's another beautiful weekend at Wash Park, with people running, walking, biking, and even gliding by. But soon another sound could come to green spaces around Denver if the city's Parks and Rec department decides to move forward with a proposal to allow full-strength beer and wine here. There's a lot of different sides to this story, but first, some context. State lawmakers recently voted to allow full-strength beer in grocery stores. It's the biggest change to liquor laws in the state since Prohibition, and it's causing the Parks and Rec department to take a good hard look at its own policies. Here's one perspective. Fred Wise from Parks and Rec says the current rules are
very complicated. You're able to serve certain types of alcohol at some parks and not in others.
Wise believes this proposal would simplify and modernize the way things run, and a lot of people seem to see an upside.
Seems like a good idea to me. I mean, parks seem like a good place to drink.
Who doesn't want to have wine with a picnic?
As long as people don't go crazy, I don't have a problem with it.
You know, it wouldn't make much of a difference.
Even Council President Albus Brooks likes that idea.
I just appreciate you guys modernizing this.
But here's another viewpoint. Not everyone wants parks to become public drinking places.
There's lots of places that are perfectly appropriate for people to go engage in that kind of partying behavior if they want to. Just not a park.
Meanwhile, Councilman Wayne New is concerned about whether we'll see more DUIs as a result or more marijuana use in parks.
It's just always the unintended consequences you have to watch out for.
But there's another angle to consider here. Take a drive to most stores around town and you'll find that 3-2 beer is actually pretty hard to come by these days, particularly with that new state law regulating grocery stores. And one park goer Denver 7 spoke with pointed out that if people are really set on getting drunk, you can do that with 3-2 beer just the same, only you'll need more of it. Now for an international perspective. Danny Lockwood is from England, where beer and wine are already allowed in parks, and he says it hasn't been a problem.
To me, it was looking at a problem that I didn't see existed. I found it weird that you could go to these fantastic beach facilities with, you know, dedicated barbecue pits and everything, but you couldn't have a responsible beer.
Even if this proposal goes through, it wouldn't go into effect until next year, and it would be on a trial basis, so Parks and Rec can see how things go and then reassess. In Denver, Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Okay, and even if the proposed changes go through, glass bottles will still be banned from Denver parks, as would hard liquor. We know there are a lot of opinions on this story in your city and community. We're listening to Colorado. If you know someone who's impacted by these changes, or if you are affected, email us at 360@thedenverchannel.com. And you can also send us a message on Facebook or on Twitter.